Good evening, everybody. It's just me by myself. Nick's not here today. I want to jump in there. Hopefully everything works correctly. I've not been at my desk for quite a while. So let's see if this is going to work. Zimmy Jim, I see your comment. What's up, Crispy's Glass? Everybody hear me or not? Yeah, that was an old buddy of mine's record when the wife and I had the record label. Does it sound good? Are we all right? So we can go over this. Didn't want to leave everybody out. Everybody good? Somebody tell me. We got the markets going to new highs as we speak in the last few minutes. What's up, Van Duke? I'll give out a few wrenches as I'm here. All right, well, let's go over a few things. I made a couple notes here. We got Bitcoin at the highs. As you can see, this is a 1 hour. I just had some of the buy signals still marked here from the software. And then also, let's throw some Elliott wave on this real quick. We're doing a little triangle here, for the last few hours. So I think this was, I had this before. Let me see if I got it on here. I kind of was marking this as a 1 up or an A and a 2 down or a B. So we need to really get above this 42.50 level. And then I'd have to reevaluate. If we done a 1-2, then probably major lows are in and we're headed dramatically higher. That's probably the way I'm seeing it. If you break it down shorter term, then we need 5 waves up. I had shown here that maybe we get a 1-2, 1-2. Today's action makes that look really good. So if you can understand this, I've got a lighter green 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up to like 4,400 or so. Inside of this wave 3, we got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can see the 3 here just from just looking at it. The wave 3, could do the 4,000 and then do some sideways for a 4. So the next high out of this little triangle that we're doing, if you go back to the 5-minute, it could look like a little bit of triangle here that just finished. So maybe we're 1, 2 out of that, run up to 4,000, and then you might want to, I don't think you want to do anything. You could scalp out if you want to be cute. I don't think that's worth the risk here. A lot of people are trying to trade scalp here and there, and that doesn't work. I want to go over a few news items to show why you might want to be extremely bullish here. This is also the Bitcoin longs and shorts. You can see longs have came off dramatically here. That's a pretty big sell-off. So I guess people are not believing this, so they're closing their longs. There's also been a little bit of closing of shorts, but net price is holding up with longs liquidating, so I think that's still bullish. Let's go to bring up the Litecoin. Let's throw up Litecoin's shorts. Let's bring this into like a 2-hour chart so I can get the shorts. I've been talking about this. You had dramatic level of shorts coming into the major low at 21 on Litecoin. And then you had another big bout of selling, which made me really bullish down here. We're still at elevated levels, so I think there's still a lot of room to the upside. If you go out to a daily with all the buy signals, it's going to make the price hard to read. But you can see the short levels back here when we had the big rally off of 50 back in September 2017. Shorts came in dramatically. That led to the big spike, and then once again, we're still putting in high levels of shorts. So I think Litecoin continues to have buying pressure to the upside. Shorts are still caught. So again, there's Litecoin on the 1 hour. We've had extremely good buys on the Litecoin. What, a Thursday, our last broadcast, I said to buy Litecoin at 41.50 or so. And also GDX. I'll show GDX in a little bit. What's up, Hilton Stone? Again, I think everything just goes higher. So if we bring up the software, this is Bitcoin going back 3 months. You can see here that 48 or so on the technometer has stopped this thing before. We are at 47 over here on Bitcoin USD. That's not overbought. Again, I still think we're going to subdivide higher. If you go to, hold on here. If we go to Bitcoin USDT, you can see on the, this is just a monthly chart. We're at 46 on the technometer today. So still have room to work higher. If this is the bull market starting, you're going to see that technometer go to overbought and not stop the markets. So that's what we probably would be hoping for, is that it won't stop anything here. If you go to Litecoin, let's bring this one up, Litecoin USD. This is the 5-minute chart going back a month. You can see here that volume came down and was performing horrible. I've showed this various times. And price is holding up. When volume decides to turn up, price just kind of releases to the upside. So that's totally what's happened here. This is even more dramatic on Litecoin USDT. Unbelievable volume. Sell volume came in collapsing off the high at 46. Price held sideways. What really looks like a triangle formation. And then exploding higher again. So there's continued selling in Litecoin. Somebody's holding it up. So I think, basically Wyckoff says it's a composite man. It's somebody smarter than all of us that's continue to buy. We did have the buy last Thursday on February 7th and caught the low exact. Again, you could trade out. I don't think I'd do it at the moment. So obviously do your own research. This isn't investment advice, but things still look good. Let's go back to Ethereum. I mentioned Ethereum was acting well, and also Neo. Ethereum just came alive here. Same type of thing. I've been showing 1-2s or ABs to the upside. So same thing here. This would be a 1-2 or an AB. We should be able to see 170, 180, 190, probably even on the bearish count. Again, I don't think with still what's coming, I don't think you want to be on bearish counts, but I guess know that they're out there. Neo, same type of thing. I'd shown that 1-2 or an AB. It's also coming alive, so I think that one's still good. What else we got? What's up, Cameron? Then let's go. I want to quickly show GDX. I give a buy on this Thursday as well. Friday was a nice up day. A little lower opening, turned higher. Technometer is moving back to overbought, but you'd expect that. So I gave a good buy down here at 20.50 or so. Another buy up here around 22.15, I think it was, 22.13. Gold's up $8 overnight. GDX didn't trade today because U.S. markets closed. GDX so far should have, I would think, it'll be looking at these highs tomorrow morning. And I think gold continues higher, GDX continues higher. A couple quick news items I think that are important. I tweeted this, Cambridge Associates. They advise on $389 billion. They manage about $30 billion. They're telling everybody they need to be looking at cryptos, which is huge. We believe it's worthwhile for investors to begin exploring this area today with an idea toward the long term. Though these investments entail a high degree of risk, some may very well upend the digital world. So that's a pretty big deal. Major news there. And then I thought this here also was interesting. Low deck, I'd agree. If this is a good bull run, you could throw a dart at anything. You know, I'm not in the smaller altcoins, but they're going to have huge gains probably. You just got to be quick to trade them. If it's not a new bull market, Litecoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin is going to keep you much safer. This here was a former city exec, which I thought was interesting. Talking about, I mean, he's left, went into the crypto arena, but he says here that, where's it at down here? He says that institutional investors are not concerned whether the price of Bitcoin is 3,000 or 30,000. They're needing a bigger marketplace, bigger liquidity. So, you know, for me, what he's saying is Bitcoin could have a huge run here, and when these institutions decide to come here, they're just going to chase it even higher because they're going to want to be able to move around a lot of money. So at 126 billion, they can't really do that. But I just think we'll grow into what they need to do, and you'll continue to have, you know, these institutions, if they're being told by Cambridge, they need to be looking at this asset class, and this thing goes out and doubles and triples, and they didn't do it. They're going to be hard pressed not to go out and start investing at least a little bit of money. So I think they're going to have to come and do that. There's Bitcoin 39.58, another new high. Ethereum 149.20. Litecoin goes 48.54. So on its way to 4,000, I think, and then higher. So finally some green. Had to get live today, so Ethereum 149. Everybody's been bearish. You know, they're going to have some hard decisions, I think, here in the days and weeks ahead of what they're going to do. Obviously, shorts are still high and everything. People are not long, so I think there's going to be quite a bit of FOMO as well. As I said, I've been saying, I don't think there's going to be a lot of liquidity on the upside. I think everybody that's sold has done so. So I think we rally pretty easy. And if volume comes, we're going to rally strongly. So here's Litecoin, touches the new high for the move as well. Hopefully somebody picked up some Litecoin on the way up. We had that 41.50 Thursday, so we've had over $7 higher from there. A few more coins here. What, ADA? Same type of thing if we do the 2 hour. I think we're in the middle, still have good rallies. Some of these small coins, ZRX, not doing as well. Hopefully some of these could come alive on their own. Ripple trying to dig out, been a poor underperformer recently. We need Nick here to do the giveaways. Give away some Litecoin. Here's Classic 461. This thing's underperforming as well. It needs to get above that $6 level, bring in some buying. Dash looking a little bit better. So I think we just keep working higher. So again, software's working. 5-minute data works perfectly. API guys have made a few changes. Developers have not updated my software. The software is going to be way more reliable, offering way more information once they do the one more update. So excited about that, but don't have it yet. But still working off the data that I'm getting. Two-hour Bitcoin, 39.68, so continuing higher. What's up, Bamboo Ben? So U.S. stock market, I still think it's going to try to roll over. It's been holding extremely strong. Let me go back to, I've been showing this here. I think we're sideways, if not lower, in the months ahead. I thought this was an A wave ending. It has continued still a little bit higher. But I still think somewhere here stocks are going to meet some resistance, have a pullback. I think when that happens, hopefully GDX continues higher. And then we got U.S. Treasuries. We are overbought. We're down here to 49 in the technometer. But I think the Treasuries will work higher with stocks coming off. And then we've got, I've been trying to be short the UUP. Anybody that's been in here knows that. If we go to the 1 year, we could have, this isn't a very good pattern where you give up the uptrend and then come back and kiss it here. And Friday was a reversal day kind of. The problem is we got a huge oversold technometer. I can't sell short into that, so I'm going to wait to be short this market. But I still think UUP is going to make a high up here. EOS, big run today. I don't know if Johnny Cool, I don't think Johnny's in here. EOS 384, big run. We continue to say that one was going to go higher too. As I've stated, Wyckoff wants to buy strength, sell short weakness. So the coins like Litecoin and then Ethereum dug in, NEO, EOS. While markets are pulling back, this one was looking much better. So here we are, quick move from $2.70 to $4, so, or to $3.90 or so. I think that one would still subdivide higher. I think gold and silver is turning as we speak, so I think they'll probably keep subdividing higher. I'll be anxious to see how this week goes. See if we can continue higher. EOS, that's a big move in EOS. So another 8% here quickly. What's up, Batman? New take crypto. So that's probably about the extent of all I've got. I just want to run on here real quick with Nick not being available. I think he was doing dinner with family. Here's NEO. 2-hour chart. Same thing, we've done a 1, 2, or an AB. People know that have been on the channel for a while. I mean, I really think these lows back here, middle of December, was a huge wave forward, and we're going to new highs. So let's see if we can get these institutions come in with some of their custodial issues getting taken care of with Fidelity and some of these institutions. That's what they're all waiting on. And see if this thing can really rock and roll. If you're not long or if you're short, you got to be worried about that, because if the news changes to that, then we could run up quickly. So NEO, I still would think, would break above the $10 level. And we're just going to have to see how some of these things act. I mean, I'm going to have a sell on some coins as we break through here. Discussion will be whether it's an ABC to the upside, we break down again, or whether it's just going to be a slight hesitation, catch its breath, and then continue higher. Here's KMD. I'm going to need to get a different exchange. KMD. I got too many symbols here. I usually alphabetize that, but I haven't done this in a while. I don't use this software like that. Hold on a second. KMD USD. There's a 2 hour. Obviously breaking above here is going to give volatility, but I think KMD will continue higher as well. Everything's going to work higher. And then maybe some of these coins maybe could come out and really have a big run here. So VET USD. I usually look at USD charts. Everybody knows that as well. I don't like doing them against Bitcoin. Same type of thing. 1 or an A up, 2 or a B. This one's a little slower, but I would still think would work higher. Maybe get above this level here. Hopefully up to 5.5, but not one of the strongest coins. There's Theta BTC. That's one that we thought was going to continue to work higher. Look at that 4 hour. I'd like to jump across the creek here in the backup. I would hope to think that probably is just a flat correction now and could dig in here. Again, that's against Bitcoin. Bitcoin, I think, is going to continue to show life. So the USD chart, I would think it continues to work higher. MKR I usually have on my other screen, a different exchange, but let me grab that's a 2 hour. I just had a quick sell off from the highs. That one was holding up better. I mean, I think MKR would still dig in here and work higher, but still not one of the strongest coins. What up, Philip? Vertcoin has a quick run to 70 cents, back to 39. That one keeps kind of doing that one. I don't really do Vertcoin. That was a big one in the past, but OMG, underperformer. XLM USD, sure can. Another one not performing well. I would have thought that was probably the B wave triangle, and then hopefully that's the C wave ended. This here was a lot of selling. Be nice for that thing to come alive and get out of here. Get back above this 11, 12, 13. But that one's got some work to do. I want to go back to try to show how the software can help you trade. You can do it on a 5-minute chart, or this is a 3-month. I've shown this chart before, but when Wyckoff talks about the composite man, you can see this is volume calculated every 5 minutes, so a ton of sell volume coming in here while price held. Somebody was accumulating Litecoin from the 21 low and all of this 30, 33 level. So with all the selling going on, somebody was buying, and then the technometer gave you some of the buy points, which are what we have marked here. So if the selling stops, then basically the power releases to the upside. So, and that's just what happened here. Quick 32 to 45. When it releases, volume comes in, as you can see here, and then we go sideways, and then we do the same thing again. the technometer came down here and got oversold on the 5-minute basis as well. Matthew Bradley was buying it there. So then we release again. So that's a lot of pin-up buying that was done there. I would think, again, we still continue just to subdivide higher. I mean, you wouldn't want to see, we'd said 37, you wouldn't want to see, I don't know about a trailing stop. I'm trying to be longer term, so I don't know about a stop here. 37 would be, wouldn't look good on the charts. Short term, really, you probably wouldn't want to see 44 give away short term. Josh wants to know if I'd be a buyer even after this ramp. I mean, I think it still goes higher. I'd rather buy some type of ABC pullback or even have volume come back a little bit. So if we could get that, it would help. Let's see if I bring up a 5-minute chart here real quick. But I mean, I hate to buy here because I've been buying all along on it. But, this was probably a triangle that ended at 42. That's going to be support again, I think, on a pullback. Short term here, I mean, if we come back to 46, 30, 40, somewhere in here, maybe short term I'd buy it. The 42 stop maybe to try to add on. Again, that's higher risk, shorter term time frame. Because I think here we've done the 1, 2, and we're subdividing out for a 3. Then we're going to have some volatility. So maybe we have volatility between 46 and 56 maybe, and then another run higher. Here's Litecoin USD. Again, the USD and the USDT charts are way different on Litecoin, so that's why I'm trying to get this new upgrade done, because I'm trying to make it a little bit more reliable. You can see here Litecoin goes to new high, volume hasn't done it yet. So the USDT chart's way different. How does the Wyckoff indicate when to take profits? I mean, normally that's done from a point and figure chart count and try to figure out the accumulation. Let's see if this will load here real quick. This is Litecoin USDT. You can see major selling in volume while price holds, and volume is still not coming off very strong. So I mean, if you go back to Litecoin and try to call this all accumulation, then you could take a figure count here at the 30 level probably, take it over to here, and then take it over to here. That will give you some upside objectives. I have not done that. That would be a good job to do tonight or tomorrow. That would give you this accumulation upside objective. And then maybe you'll have another pullback over to the right here. And you could take a bigger count. Otherwise, you're going to want to, Wyckoff says that halfway, 50% corrections should contain any correction. And you can see here we had, a run from 32 to 47. So 50% correction held above that, which is bullish. So you could trail a stop, maybe on 65% or so, a little bit below the 0.618 retracement level. We had talked on last show, maybe 37, I think it was, where I said that would have been some overlap, etc. Again, it matters what time frame you're on. So Litecoin has pumped a lot, but shit, as we know, I mean, you go back to the daily when it pumped, you know, it's hard to put what a normal pump is on these coins. I mean, all that buying I just showed by the composite operator, I mean, it could pump to 80 or something. So I don't want to FOMO in and say it's going to do that, but shit, you know, these things can make moves that are still pretty wild to understand. And I'm talking about a 50% correction on like this move from 32 to 47. You could have buys in here at 38.51 or so, which wouldn't have caught, but I gave a buy at 41.40 or so last Thursday on the live show. So I'd put a stop below 50% retracements. If you're trying to, you know, build a bigger position, if you're day trading, short-term trading, I'd sell the spike up here. On the next spike or two, I probably would take some profits off. I think you'll get a chance to trade it somewhere here. Yeah, I'm looking at, if you go back to Litecoin on the daily, if this is the way forward, I mean, we're going to new highs. So to go on record, say we're going to 500, you know, I don't know, but Elliott Wave would say that, so we'll see how it happens. But, you know, a lot of people would have trading Litecoin and, you know, sold it before now. So thinking they were Q selling it up here, trying to get it back. So I don't really still want to be in that position. So if these institutions are coming, if we get custodial issues taken care of, I mean, we'll wish these levels were in front of us. Congrats on Ethereum, new take crypto. That was one acting well, so 149. We were on that a couple of times down at 112, so. Here's XRP trying to come alive. I showed that before. We got some other levels here that are bringing more buying. I would think that we'll work higher. For a coin that's been slower like this, I mean, I'd hate for Ripple to give away that 30 cents now. So if you're worried about Ripple, maybe trail the stop there, because it's not acted near as well here for the, you know, for 2019. What up, Machuca? $390 watching now. Thank you very much. I still will say if the buy signals I'm showing, I mean, I've showed it in the stocks as well. Wyckoff works. Go to wyckoffsmi.com, read a bunch of free information on Wyckoff, or pick up the cryptocurrency and Wyckoff course. LearnCrypto.io. What's up, G Money? It's kind of interesting what the news does here. So, like I say, a lot of people trying to be short, trying to short-term trade. If they miss out here, they're going to probably want to try to FOMO in. So. Bitcoin 39.12, about 50 off the highs now. So, well, guys, that's all I got. Quick 35 minutes or so. Wanted to get on here. What coin am I most bullish on? I mean, I still think risk-wise, you got to, I've tried to stay with the Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, and some of the other names. I mean, I think there's some of these smaller names can still do well. I probably would be on those more after this rally runs its course and see how the pullback is, and then maybe pick up some of these other ones. I think the safety was still to be in the Litecoin, Ethereum, and Bitcoin. So, and I still think Bitcoin's a store of value, and that's where everyone's still going to chase. That's where the money's going to. But the XRPs, the EOS, still the ADA, ZRX, NEO, Dash, I still like those names. Ethereum going to get interesting in the next 10 days around hard fork. EOS, I always thought they had the money to, they'd get something figured out. So maybe EOS will continue to show some major strength there. Here's Decred that we'd always liked. It had a quick run up there above 20. That could end up being a sleeper. So I think let's look for consolidations and then surges higher and try to get this thing to subdivide still a little bit higher. Then I'm going to get some overbought technometer readings where maybe we'll slow up, do a wider sideways correction, and let's see if we can continue to work higher. So that is all I got, guys. So I'm going to get out of here. Not sure about tomorrow night. See what Nick's doing. See what the markets do. G Money said TA guy saying 30,000 this year. Here's EOS. If you go to the daily, 23 jet. It was a high on that thing. You take crypto. Let me give you a wrench real quick. All right, guys, that's all I got. I'm going to run a little quick outro here on who is Wyckoff. If nobody knows who he is, he started our institute in 1931. I took the course in 1982. It works, and I'm just trying to continue his teachings. So we're going to play the outro and catch you probably tomorrow night, 6:30 Central. Peace out.
Good afternoon. My name is Richard D. Wyckoff. Anyone who is interested in the stock, option, or commodity markets is most likely to find my life and teachings to be of great interest and value. I was born November 2nd, 1873. At the age of 15, I had my first job as a stock runner on Wall Street. By age 25, I had opened my first brokerage firm. I was one of the pioneers in the study of the tape and included volume studies in all my market operations. This volume and its intraday studies is what set me apart from the rest of the market gurus. There was a point that my buy and sell volume was so big that it became a powerful part of the daily market. It was at this time that I became known as one of the titans of technical analysis. But all along, my lifelong endeavor was to pass on my accumulated wisdom to others. With that in mind, in 1907, I created the magazine of Wall Street. At its height, the magazine of Wall Street had over 200,000 subscribers. That's over 200,000 investors who wanted my thoughts on the current market conditions and trends. Finally, in 1931, I decided to take all my knowledge that I had learned about the stock market and create the Richard D. Wyckoff course of stock market science and technique. I was able to create something that established a new standard of practice in the public stock market operations. I did not claim any monopoly of stock market knowledge, but up to that time, no one else seemed willing to be so frank and offer to the public the most intimate knowledge of the inner workings of the stock market. The good news is that even though I created the Wyckoff stock market course back in 1931, the course has been maintained and updated throughout the years and is available to you today. Over 90 years later, my course is still available for investors and traders that want to learn the secrets to the stock market It can be found right now at wyckoffsmr.com.